the New Jerusalem is going to be glorious, and it really is going to be a piece of heaven.
Right. So you had this encounter 2021. It's right around like COVID times. What did you get any revelation about some of the current events, you could call them, or the evils or the strongholds here on the earth?
It's a storm of chaos and confusion. And I call it the beginning of what I call the great fire. Now, again, I'm not telling people that, what we're in exactly, what we're seeing is exactly the full storm, but it is definitely the beginning of what I call the storm, because the storm is coming. And it's why I wasn't surprised with all the war in the Middle East right now. In fact, on my channel a couple of months before it happened, I told everyone, I said, guys, be very watchful, because the storm, we need to be very watchful of the chaos, but most importantly, it's all about confusion. So it's all the narratives, especially the mainstream media will throw out, man, they're just trying to get us distracted from the real purpose in life, him. They're trying to get us to forget about him, be so worried about the headlines, so caught up in what everyone else is talking about, and you forget the entire reason why you were given life.
Wow. That's cool, man. Well, guys, go check out 18 Days in Heaven. Gabe, this has been fun, man. What an amazing conversation. This is what it's done for me that I didn't expect, is it made so many scriptures come to life. Like, there's so many things that you touched on that I'm like, scripture there, that's biblical. That's biblical. That's biblical. So thank you for that.
Thank you. It's an honor. And I also want to tell people, there's a reason why I've gone back and I've deleted a ton of my videos. Wow. Especially before my accident. In fact, actually, I went back and I pretty much deleted almost every YouTube video I ever made before my accident.
Which ones in particular? Like,
which
what
were
were
a
you
lot.
wrong about? Like what?
So I've been wrong about a lot of things.
Yeah.
But I wasn't like fully wrong.
Gotcha.
It was just like
quarter turn off.
Yeah, like enough to be wrong. And so I think people do, especially now with my book coming out, they are really judging a lot of things. The Reddit threads, kind of going wild right now. And my response is like, guys, first of all, if you want to reach out to me, let's do an interview, let's talk, and I'll tell you about all the things I was wrong on. But to go on specific, some things, this is not a God you work towards. Also, okay, I'll talk about something, money specifically. I don't know why we teach God's grace and like God's salvation, God's going to save you and God's going to give you grace. But then like, if it's money, you have to give a certain amount. And if you don't give that certain amount, God's not going to bless you, man. Right. Like your life's done for.
Yeah.
And if you don't give a certain amount to this organization, and let's give an offering message for like an hour long, and let's see how much we can pull out of the people.
Yeah.
That's kind of sick. And so after coming back, I actually really started calling things like that out. Huh. And before I was like, I would say things like, don't touch the Lord's anointed. And but now I'm not afraid to call things out because and I don't manipulate scripture to work some agenda, right? And say like, don't dishonor your leaders. Well, I believe honoring leaders is speaking the truth.
Yeah.
Right. Like I don't believe in manipulating people. I don't believe in shakedowns. I don't believe God's some genie. I don't even believe prayer is like this like slot machine. Like, all right, let me work this prayer machine. Like, let me see what I can get out of God.
Yeah. So a lot of what you learned was like tactical. Were there any big theological things that you're like, ooh, we're kind of off on that?
Theologically, the biggest thing was we are not because of our own ability, and we are not because of what we present. And I know we even teach like this, like salvation by grace thing, but we still have a culture that is like, all right, you give your life to Jesus, but now we really need to see your life change, and we need to see you. How often are you attending that church, and what does your life look like?